A couple of years back, we're doing a Welcome to Night Vale live show tour. I'm the tour manager for these shows, which means that I'm in the last group to leave the theater. It's usually me, our guest musician, whoever that is. In this case, it was Aaron McKeown, and our merch person. In this case, it was Jake Banashevitz, who was on his very first tour with us. Jake is usually done last because he's got to do a full inventory on the merch. He's got to pay the venue their cut and then pack up several boxes of shirts and pins and posters and hoodies. So at the end of this one night, Aaron and I had everything packed up from backstage and on stage, and we're just hanging out at the loading dock by our van. I wanted Jake to know this, like where we were, so I texted him, "Hey, Aaron and I are all packed and waiting at the van." I thought about this for a minute or two. It's like, that feels like I'm rushing him, right? I don't want him to feel rushed. He's new at this, like he's still doing his job. So after a few minutes, I tried to clarify by texting him, "And take your time, of course." About 15 minutes later, Jake arrives with the merch and shoots me the deadliest look. "Take your time, of course." That is the rudest thing anyone has ever texted me. And I was like, no, I meant it like the normal, non-sarcastic way. I really did want you to take your time. And he just kind of side-eyed me the rest of the way. And this thing has become a running gag and inside joke on our tour, especially with me and Jake. But also that phrase now, said in the snarky way, runs through my head all the time. Like in traffic, "Take your time, of course." When I'm holding the door for a slow person, when I'm waiting on my deli order, "Take your time, of course." It's really rude, and I kind of like it as a non-musical earworm. I actually say it a lot to myself when I'm watching movies, and I did quite a bit during this week's Poison for the Fairies, which might be one of those 90-minute but could have been 40-minute type of things. Like, this meeting could have been an email vibe. To be fair, this movie is beautifully shot, and sometimes taking one's time is a good thing. Maybe both can be true, that I want you to take your time and hurry up. Maybe this is all just on me. Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Do you have any, like, non-musical phrases that get stuck in your head? Like a
What is
non-musical
going
earworm?
on in this house, Leland?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I say that in traffic.
Uh-huh.
Whenever I see anything fucked up that's happening, like street theater. What is going on in this house, Leland?
Oh, that's a good one. I hadn't even thought about, like, phrases from pop culture. Yeah, the one that I have is, I think it's from, oh God, what was the documentary about the Rolling Stones concert in California that like broke out?
The one in Altamont?
Yeah, the Altamont one. "Give Me Shelter."
That's it.
But
Yeah.
they're in the footage of it. There's a moment where Mick Jagger like stops mid-song because all the fighting is breaking out. Some man gets stabbed in the head. It's all crazy.
Yeah.
And he has no idea what's happening, and he stops the concert and just goes, "Why are we fighting?" Just that runs in my head sometimes too
I love it.
when the intensity is up. Oh my goodness. Speaking of the opposite of maybe intensity at
The
times.
opposite of intensity. Oh, although this movie starts, I was like, "Oh, what are we in for?" And I was like, "Oh, what are we in for?"
It's an interesting film. We covered Taboada's another one of his films called Blacker Than the Night.
Yeah.
Which I was kind of having flashbacks to that film watching this, because if I remember correctly, I didn't go back and re-listen to the episode, but my feeling about that film was, this is beautiful, this is fun. There's a little bit where we're stretching
Yeah.
this may be a little further than the content we actually have, but he really is interested in color. He's interested in framing and framing really interesting shots, and just allowing you to sit with people doing a task that I think most filmmakers would turn away. The old thing where we watch a TV show or movie and no one ever says goodbye on the phone.
Or tells you, you're like, "Hey, meet me tonight."
Yeah.
Where? When?
Where, when? Who is this? What's happening? But obviously we create a lot of shorthand in TV and film to keep things clipping right along. And he doesn't. And I kind of appreciate that.
Longhand. In cursive.
I appreciated it sometimes.
Yes. I will say my eyes maybe started. I was like, oh, got it. Nope, stay awake. Stay awake and watch this movie. But it was good. It was a good movie. Like, it's definitely of the bad seed ilk. We
Yep.
rolled evil kids. We got ourselves some evil kids.
We rolled period piece. Was that what we got on this one? I
Yes.
believe period piece.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe that one was kind of meh, but it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, actually didn't. Yeah, this would have been a period piece, right? Like looking at the
Because it's
cars,
set in like
definitely.
the 60s, right?
Yeah. This is a
But,
1980s
it
movie.
also like didn't really lean into the periodness of it.
No. No. Well, let's start at the beginning, which is a hell of a misdirect because it's black
Yeah,
and white.
I
There's no
know.
opening credits or title card or anything to start the film. Like we get into cold open, black and
Hmm.
white, little girl walking up a dark house stairwell holding a candle, gets into this room, stands over a sleeping woman. The little girl pulls out a knife.
Yeah.
The woman wakes up and she stabs her in the neck, and the red blood against the black and white shot starts pouring out of her neck.
She's like, why? And you're like, I'm a witch. Oh, it was all a story. It was a bedtime
Oh.
story.
So we cut to the bedroom of our main character, Veronica.
Oh, Veronica, girl.
Man, this fucking girl.
she,
this, uh,
who is Veronica? Who is Veronica? She's kind of like, what's her name from Mean Girls
yes.
meets, Rachel McAdams' character
Uh-huh.
meets Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Like, I see it, I want it, it's mine.
Yeah.
I am a sociopath.
Meets basically a deadite. You know?
Yes.
She's yeah, she's intense. She's a lot. She lives at home with her grandmother,
Uh-huh.
who is pretty infirm but still with
Yeah.
us.
Hmm.
And mostly it's her and her nanny. Who I
See,
don't know that we get a name for the nanny other
no,
than
I think it's just
Nana.
Nana.
Yeah.
But it took me a minute to realize those were two separate characters.
Yes.
Because I thought Nana, because Nana is literally what I called my grandmother. So I was like, oh, that's your grandmother. Why is she talking about herself in the third person? Like, your grandmother wasn't home. Isn't
Yeah.
that you? No, these are two different people.
Well, he's doing the director Tabawada is doing a really interesting trick,
I
which
love
is
this.
it's such a cool restriction. With one exception, important exception, we
Yeah.
never see an adult's face.
Unless they are scary witch, dead,
Uh-huh.
or scary groundskeeper Willie.
Oh, we do see scary ground. We see
Oh, it's
groundkeeper
like
Tonio.
I
Yeah.
I think this is a great, like, what a cool, sort of like a self-imposed rule.
Mm-hmm.
Like, adults are fully populating this world that these two girls live in, but they're not really people,
Right.
you know? Have you seen the movie If I Had Legs, I Would Kick You yet?
No.
It
No.
does something very similar, but kind of the opposite.
Okay.
And there's something about having a character's voice showing their body, but not showing that character's face. That is, it after a while, you really don't pay much attention to them.
It's so smart because it also puts us in mind that we live in the world only of the kids.
Yeah, that's right.
Because our other main character, Flavia, who is new to this town and unfortunately befriends Veronica,
Hmm.
Flavia is, yeah, she just gets swept up in this brand new friendship like kids do.
Yeah,
You just, the first kid that you meet, it doesn't
you're
matter how
like,
shitty they are. It's like, we're friends now and there's
yeah.
nothing you can do about it.
Teacher said share my book with you, so hey, guess what? We're friends.
Besties. Okay, so Nana, the nanny, whoever, Fran Drescher,
Hmm.
is telling Veronica this opening story about the little girl who kills this woman. She's like, why did she murder her? Why did the little girl murder her? Well, she wasn't a girl. There was an evil entity inside of her. It was a witch.
Oh
See
no.
Veronica's face. It kind of looks a little startled, not startled, but like scared, surprised, but
Yes.
pleased at
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah, yeah.
information.
Yeah.
This girl did a great job, actually. I think she's a really good
Yeah,
sociopathic child.
sure.
And then we see just a still image of young Victoria, and it's the opening credits, and the image just gets slowly aged
Yeah,
upward until she's like
yeah.
an old cackling crone.
Uh-oh.
Again, fucking love it. This movie
Yeah,
is doing a lot of really cool shit.
yeah.
Well, Flavia arrives. She's a new student at this school, and the teacher is like, "You sit next to Veronica. Veronica, sit next, slide next to her. Let her look at your notes."
Share your book.
The first thing in this conversation, Cecil, what is your name? Flavia. That's not a name. That's not a human name. That's a
It is.
spider's name.
What? How do you know what? Well, I have a spider,
And I named it Flavia.
and I use it for my enchantments. What else would I use it for?
So when she sees Flavia leave on that first day of school, she sees Flavia get into a really nice big black
Yeah.
sedan with a driver or whatever. So
Hmm.
she clocks immediately. This girl's rich.
Hmm.
And I find this so fascinating, this duality of that Flavia really wants whatever Veronica's secret is, whatever her like
Yes.
mystical connection is. And Flavia wants, I'm sorry, and Veronica
And for one,
wants
yeah,
Flavia's wealth.
yeah.
She wants the things that she owns. She wants to
She
own.
wants that dog. She wants that pen. She
Uh-huh.
wants that country house. She wants a mom and dad.
Yeah, she
Even
wants
though,
a
although the
dad.
next conversation we have with Veronica and Nana is we get some backstory, and it is shocking a little bit, like a little bit shocking.
Is this about the accident?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me. Okay, so what I remember about this was, Nana, why don't I remember my mom? Well, you were
Like, well,
very
you were very
young
small. Yeah.
during
Okay.
the
Yeah.
accident.
Cool. Why wasn't grandmother affected? Well, grandmother was away at the time. Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
Um, do you miss your mom and dad? No. I mean, I suppose
Yeah,
you were
I mean, it
too
makes
young
sense.
to know them, so how can you miss them if you don't know them? But it's like she's just sitting there drinking her hot chocolate, unaffected.
She
Do you
really
wish you had
is.
parents? No. God. I've got a Nana that tells me witch stories. I've got a creepy old grandma. I've got stuffed owls that come to life at night.
Yeah.
Like it's very much like Veronica lives in a world of her own imagination. And if it's in her world of imagination, it is true to her.
Hmm.
Now, I like the first third of this movie I really enjoyed because I think it's playing the game of is Veronica actually magic?
Yes.
Like, are we witnessing a sort of deluded human, manipulative to a fault? Is it that story or is there something supernatural going on? And then the movie makes it pretty clear that there's not.
Hmm.
But I don't know, that's kind of a fun dance to do. And it lasts for at least a third, maybe even a little bit more.
Well, when we meet Flavia's parents, she starts asking about things like witches and
I know.
asking, why do other girls pray before bed? And Flavia's mom says they pray before bed because they're scared.
Oh,
This is a non-theistic household, an
yeah,
atheistic household,
yeah,
and they don't even do like Christmas. They just go away for the Christmas
yeah.
holiday. They don't have a tree. They don't put any of that shit
No.
up. So she's really intrigued in all of this, and it's very clear that her parents seem like great parents. They talk about,
Uh,
well,
a
okay.
little
Let me back off
per
of great. They
I
they are
need you to
model.
wash your face and hands in alcohol because you got dirt on it.
Okay, okay, that's a bit much. That
A little, a
was
little. but a very like rich, like
Yes.
the child, amuse yourself, child. We have things to do.
Yeah. But
Seemed to me.
also, yeah, but there, I guess I was clocking the hands off, hands on approach. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that like mom and dad, when we first meet them, are just in different parts of the house, doing their own thing. Dad's in the study, like reading a book or whatever.
Yeah.
And when Flavia comes in, uh, to say like, "Oh, I'm going to bed" or whatever,
Oh, yes, you're right.
and
Yeah, they
he's very
are.
much like,
Yeah,
"No, come here. I want to
my
look at my
beautiful.
beautiful."
Oh, we have
Yeah,
a date. You know,
Like,
that's true. You are. You
they
are
do
right.
things
They're.
with her. They talk, and
Yeah.
and when we get to the point where Veronica basically invites herself to their Christmas
Yeah.
retreat, they have like a real conversation about
Yeah.
it that isn't horror movie. It's like normal parent
Yeah.
conversation of mom being like, she seems really weird, and dad being like, but Flavia really
Yeah.
likes her, and she's
Yeah.
like, oh, that child's so spoiled by you. But
Yeah.
it's like we still agree, and that's where we go. I guess that's what I meant by maybe not great is an overstatement, but she has like the luxury of parents who are taking care of her.
Yes.
Okay, Veronica has to go to the front office of the school to get supplies, chalk for the teacher,
Hmm.
and she overhears a conversation about some other teacher. Miss Ellis has a family emergency and has to leave. Um,
I just can't say goodbye to the kids. It would just make me too sad right now.
yeah, yeah.
What are you doing here, girl? She's like, I don't know, just listening. This is not your business. Go to class.
And she writes a note. Veronica does to Flavia. There will be no classes. Miss Ellis is leaving the school later.
Oh, that's right. Because Flavia is trying to like, she's like, oh my God, I'm cramming to do my English homework. And she's like, there won't be a class today.
Mm-mm.
You don't need to cram to do your homework. How do you know?
I'm a witch, and the owl tells me everything. What owl? That one. That owl's dead. Don't say that. He'll get mad.
I mean, he looks dead now, but if you were here at night, he flies around, he comes into my room, we have full ass conversations.
Only at night, though, not while
Only at
you're
night
here.
when
I can't show you here.
I'm the only one who sees it, so you have
Uh-huh.
to trust me.
Okay. She also is doing this thing, Veronica is to Flavia, of picking the days after school, and maybe it's every day, but I just think it's a couple days a week. The days after school that she knows Flavia has piano lessons.
Hmm.
To be like, today's a great day for you to come over and see my giant spider.
Yeah.
It's this big, and she like gestures like the size of like a platter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
She
Flavia's like, oh, I have piano lesson, or oh, I don't have piano lesson today, but I do have to study.
Yeah.
You are not the sole focus of my entire world, girl.
Yeah. Uh one day as they're arguing, Flavia says, "My dad tells me witches aren't real. That just it was just a moral panic that people had hundreds of years
Yeah.
ago and just stuck." And Veronica says, "Yeah, she is." Or yes, yes they are, yes they are. And well, if you want to prove to me you're really a witch, then grow old in front of me, become a hag.
Oh, but if I do that, you'll be so scared.
Hmm.
No,
Oh,
no,
I
I
don't
won't.
scare easy.
Nah. Okay. Follow me.
She says, come upstairs with me. After she's already halfway up there, Flavia follows, and Veronica hides in her grandmother's closet. And Flavia comes into that room, is looking around for Veronica, turns around, is face to face with Grandma in her chair. And we get that full BBC's quick zoom on the face.
Yeah, yeah,
And she looks like a woman who's, 80 and has had a stroke
yeah.
recently.
Like maybe kind of like a milky eye,
Yeah.
unkempt white hair.
Kind of mouth kind of hanging open.
She's
And
just old.
she's just old.
That's it. She's just old.
Uh-huh.
But that's enough to be a witch.
Flavia fucking loses her mind and runs out of
Yeah.
that house.
Because she didn't know that there was anyone up there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And while part of that conversation outside, she says, "Is it just you and your nanny at home?
Mm-hmm.
No one else?" Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just me and my nanny.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Flavia's starting to have bad dreams.
I like the dream sequences
I
in
do
this because
too.
there's no, again, it's it's a tried and true horror movie trick in which your character has something happen to them and you're like, wait, is this real? Again, it's like this movie is trying to play that balance of like, what is going on? And she's sitting in bed at night and there's a tree banging against her window and she does not like it.
No.
And then the tree sort of opens up and it has like tree hand.
Yep.
No, don't like that.
Mm-mm. She runs out of her room and an owl flies through the doorway.
Uh-oh.
And she runs into her mom's room and mom is sitting up and she hugs her mom's lap and the hand that reaches down to pet her is the hand of a nasty old crone.
Witch hands.
Witch hand. And she
This
looks
one.
up and there is a cackly witch.
Oh no. Oh my
It's
God. I
so Halloween
it like the
sound
witches,
effect.
I love it because the witch, like not the grandmother,
Uh-huh.
which who we talked about, is just she's just an old lady.
Yeah.
Like, but the witch image is so perfectly witchy.
Yeah.
Like the crooked nose, it's exactly what you think of when you're a kid. You're like, oh no, oh, a witch with the cauldron and the broom and like the whole thing.
Yeah. I love the childhood
Scary.
imagination of all of this. I love
Yeah.
that this is a movie that can get away with using that old
Yeah.
copy paste witch image that
Yes.
we have
Yeah.
from Halloween decor.
Hmm.
Okay. Flavia is tired of piano lessons. She's
Yeah.
so
Like
annoyed. It's just a lot. It's
it's a
so much.
lot. Like she just, well, and it's also like she doesn't kind of have time to practice because she has a new friend.
And
I gotta
she's
say
in a new school and having to study
yeah,
a lot.
yeah. I gotta say the introduction to the piano teacher is one of my favorites.
Following those red nails and jingle
Ugh,
jangle
I
bangles down the stairwell.
love it.
Uh-huh.
Because at this point, I'm like, like, this might be a witch. Is everyone, like, you really don't know what the movie's MO is. I'm like, maybe Flavia moved to town and everyone in her life is secretly a witch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so, like, it's sort of sensual, dramatic. And then she gets there and, Flavia's plunking away at some serenade. And the piano teacher's like, you didn't practice this. Okay, listen. If you start from the top and you actually kind of apply yourself, I'll give you a cookie. So, like, the piano teacher is clearly not mean piano teacher. They're just like, okay, come on, girl. And Flavia actually plays better when she has a like motivator.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of makes it through the piece.
Yes. I agree. I loved this piano teacher, Madame Ricard,
Yes.
because we do follow almost like like a younger but still witch-like hand
Yeah.
with the long red nails and the all of the bangles on her, the
Uh-huh.
bracelets jingling on her, and when she gets downstairs, because we never see her face,
Hmm.
it leaves us to kind of how kids see the world too. It's
Yeah.
just there's some like blank spots as we're filling things in. We can't fully see adults for who they are. And also, Miss Miss Ricard she's just rolling yarn for knitting,
Yes.
and she's just got the yarn swat skein.
A
What is
skein.
that?
A
Yeah,
skein.
skein.
Yeah.
Just run across like
Skein. I don't know.
the tops of the chair, the
Yeah.
old wood chair, and
Hmm.
she's just like pulling it off and rolling it into a ball. That's essentially it. She bought a skein of
That's it.
yarn.
Yeah.
She's putting it into a ball. That's it. And that's why wouldn't she do something while this kid's playing piano? She can
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
But as she's doing it, I'm like, what is she up to?
I
What is
know.
she going to do with that
It
yarn?
seems so mysterious, right?
And then you realize she just knits.
Yeah.
She's just doing something while this kid's playing piano that doesn't really distract from anything. It's fun. Yeah, but I love the way that they don't show you everything.
Yeah. Witchy.
Witchy. Flavia asks Veronica, so if you're a witch, could you do some kind of spell so I don't have to do piano lessons anymore?
Like, just make Madame Ricard just go away. Just
Yeah,
go away. Oh yeah, yeah, we can totally do that.
let's totally
Have you
do
ever heard of Satan?
that. Satanas, Satanas.
Satanas. Oh, girl. She's like,
Oh, I
okay, okay,
fucking
come by
love
my
this
place.
scene.
Single candle heading into. I've got everything set up in the basement.
Uh-huh.
Follow me. She's lighting some black candles. Why do they have to be black? Because Satan likes it that way.
I love that. That's so funny. She has to tear pages out of the piano book because, listen, we need something that she's
Yeah,
touched.
yeah.
Flavia's like, no, mom's gonna kill me.
It's like
Listen, it won't matter. We're
we
gonna
won't have, yeah, we
gonna
won't
get
have
rid of
piano
this
lessons
lady.
after this. This is what you want, isn't it, Flavia?
Hmm. And they cut each other's. She cut.
Hmm.
Veronica cuts her own finger, cuts Flavia's finger. They have to put their blood. Why do we have to put blood on there? That's the way you get Satan's attention.
Yeah. I mean, he needs like a little bribe.
And yeah, her whole like ritual of holding her hands out straight out.
Satanas, Satanas,
Thanos.
we'd call upon thee.
Flavia keeps laughing because it is
Hmm.
so ridiculous. But Veronica has this kind of repeated thing throughout
Yeah,
that is, hey, you have to do exactly what I'm telling you to do, which
yeah,
is in this case, be serious, treat Satan with respect. In other cases, it'll be like, you can't tell anyone anything I've said to you, because if
yeah.
you do, there will be very bad repercussions.
Bad things will happen to you.
It's kind of like, I
Not,
think, what you said
not I'll
before.
do bad things to
Bad
you.
things will
Just
happen.
bad things will happen. You won't like it.
It's just the cry of the manipulator, right?
Yeah,
It's all the way from, say, gaslighting or abusive relationship, one on one, all the way up to just how marketing works,
sure.
where you just make up something that something bad could happen if you don't buy this product. You never know.
Yeah.
What, think
I
of
mean,
all the
yeah,
dates you don't go on because of your halitosis.
yeah. I mean, I remember one time Meg said, if you believe you're cursed, then you're cursed.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how they work.
Yeah.
It's the power of suggestion.
Hmm. Well, and I couldn't help but to think about the way in which narratives build inside of us that
Hmm.
we kind of want to feel cursed. We kind of want to feel in pain. We kind of want to feel in danger, because to feel in danger means you can seek protection. And the more in
Mm,
danger you feel, the easier the protection becomes. If that makes any sense. Meaning,
I think
if
so.
if I'm maybe the better way of putting it is, the more broad the danger, the more broad the protection becomes that you can imagine. So if I believe through watching my TV news programs that immigrants are destroying our country,
Hmm.
then it's easy to feel like, oh, well, if we just up ICE and Border Patrol and cops, then I'll feel safe. We
It's
just
the
gotta,
antidote.
it's the antidote,
You got to
because
find the anti-curse.
it's a problem I can't actually see. It's
See,
abstract and broad.
I would say it's a problem you can't solve.
Ah,
So like man, bad things keep happening to me. This well, it must be a curse, because if it's a curse, it means that there is something or someone causing it, which
uh,
means it can be undone in some way,
yeah,
rather than just the futility of life floating on a rock in the middle of space in which bad shit just happens. Sometimes when it rains, it pours. Sometimes it doesn't. But it's a like way that we mentally go, oh God, I must be cursed. It's not my fault.
yeah,
I'm just cursed.
yeah, yeah. That's true too. Absolutely. Well, they burn these piano pages in the candle, and Veronica says to Satan, "Take Madame Ricard, take her away. We don't want her."
Oh,
which I found interesting because I think, if I remember correctly, I don't think Flavia ever says make her go away. I think
Okay.
she says, I want to do a spell to end my piano lesson. Like, I don't
Ah,
want any more piano
yeah,
lessons.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's more about the lessons than it is about Madame Ricard, who she actually kind of likes.
Yeah, she likes her just fine. She just is like, I'm overwhelmed. But
Yeah.
rather than say to mommy and daddy,
Hmm.
because she's a kid, like, I don't know, she's not thinking, let's
Kids
play.
don't know how to self-regulate. Are you kidding me?
I don't know how to
Yeah,
self-regulate.
exactly.
That, yeah, that it's just so hard to say, I'm feeling so overwhelmed right now. I think I need to drop piano.
Yeah.
I'll pick it back up when I get a
Yeah.
hold of this new school. She doesn't say any of that. She just says, I don't want piano lessons, and probably imagines, what if the spell works and mom comes to me tomorrow morning and says, no more piano lessons.
That's it. That's nice and easy, just removed.
But that's not what happens because at her next piano lesson, whilst making tea, Madame Ricard collapses and
Oh
dies.
no. Yikes. And Veronica, or excuse me, Flavia finds her. And I think we do get a shot of
We do get a shot of her
this is like
face.
our
Yeah.
literally our first shot of an adult's face, and it is dead in a doorway. Traumatic,
It is
like
traumatic.
extremely traumatic.
Yeah. And
Next, we're at her funeral. I
oh,
love this. This is so fucking stylish. This is like it's like, funeral in the rain with all the umbrellas is such a classic,
uh-huh.
sort of trope.
Yeah.
But I love it because everyone is black umbrellas, all wearing their funeral black. But Flavia is in a white dress.
Yes.
And it's so perfectly framed. And there's like the black coffin in front of her.
Hmm.
And I
And
can't remember, does she see Madame Ricard's face at the funeral, or does she later just imagine seeing it?
so the funeral is another dream that
Is it a
she
dream?
I think it's a dream
Oh,
because at the end I didn't recognize the
I can see that.
face that was
Yeah.
in the glass coffin,
Mhm.
but I think it's her like whole collapse to the
Yeah.
ground and then and because of the stylization
Hmm.
of that
You think
funeral,
it's probably a dream. I can see that
because
for
the
sure.
movie sort of revels in mundanity
Yeah.
in day-to-day things, right? Like the just rolling yarn, or
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
just dad is just smoking a pipe and reading his
Yeah,
book or
yeah.
what have you, or working on the car. Like the world is sort of mundane, and this one is so fantastical, and plus the fact that she's in all white. Like,
Yeah, that's probably
I think
true.
our parents are
Because
too high society to let her
yeah,
do that.
my thought is like, really, you didn't have a dark colored dress at all? That's probably right.
Yeah. But either way, it's gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
such a good shot. It's so, so, so beautiful. And Flavia's mom and dad have this conversation about poor Flavia having to see,
Yeah.
Mr. Card. And we can hear their conversation saying, like, I mean, honestly, I knew she wasn't long for this world. That woman had already had 2 heart attacks,
Yeah.
and,
And she
and
chain smoked
she
all day
chain
long.
smoked all day. So
But
back
doesn't Flavia hear this?
Yeah, Flavia comes in kind of at the tail end of that
Okay.
conversation. So I didn't have a strong sense of, did she hear all of that?
I don't think, maybe? I think
Maybe.
because the parents are like moving, and so and like throughout the house, and Flavia's kind of like tucked behind a screen. So they
Yeah.
don't hear the practical part of she had 2 heart attacks already.
Yeah.
She just hears the like, it's a shame that Flavia had to see that.
Yeah.
Which I love, that like the idea of like children sneaking around the house, half hearing conversations, and then either using that information to push a narrative for their own gain,
Hmm.
Veronica,
Hmm.
or half hearing conversations and trying to like retrofit it into what a story that has been told to you, Flavia.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's great.
I love that. I love the ambiguity of that. It's I find that so fascinating because this movie does put you in the mindset of, it reminds you constantly, these are kids.
Yeah.
without it being like goofy kids movie. Like I think
Oh,
it
for
really
sure.
respects the
And it's
children in this
also and
film.
it doesn't go into the like I mean, listen, love the bad seed.
Hmm.
All-time favorites. And The Good Son, which is sort of the updated remake of it. But it's very much like this child is like there's a smartness and a like precociousness that is uncanny and unnerving about those movies. Versus Veronica, she's kind of just making it up as she goes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's a little less evil and it's a little more just like she kind of lives in her own world. And because she only has a Nana who tells her fairy stories, and that's cool, she's into that. And Nana's trying to do her best, like, hey, you stole a gold pen. Come on now, return that pen.
Yeah.
She's like, this Nana's trying to do her best, but Veronica's kind of left to her own devices. She's not the bad seed.
Yeah. Well, before even the piano teacher dies, there's a couple of things that are building up on poor Flavia's life. One of those is at school. Uh, there's a moment wherein these girls kind of pick on Veronica and later
Yeah.
asking her, do you have any colors? Do you have any colored pens for our assignment? I forgot to color in my map. No. But then later she's like, yeah, actually, here, this is my pen box. You can have it. And the girl opens it up, and there's a snake inside of this
Yeah.
box.
Oh, everybody screaming.
Uh
Listen,
huh.
nothing better than like an entire class full of girls screaming than having one girl secretly being like, hey, 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 yeah, I got you good.
And the headmistress brings Veronica in, is chastising
This
her
is
for this.
wild.
But then she says, Flavia, can you come in here too? Flavia, Veronica says you were the one who brought that snake to school and that she was
Hmm.
just holding it and didn't know there was a snake in the box. Is that true? And Veronica is staring daggers at
Yeah.
Flavia.
And what Flavia doesn't hear before she comes in is that like Veronica's gotten in trouble before, and it's
Yeah,
like one more infraction and you are expelled.
yeah,
Which is why I love this that like we don't like we meet Veronica when Flavia does. So we have to kind of like guess at what life was like for her before.
uh huh,
So the fact that the other kids are like, "Oh, witch girl over there. Okay, sure, cast it," so like nobody, her classmates don't believe her bullshit. She probably talks a big game. She gets herself into trouble because she has a problem with impulse control and she
uh huh,
sees it and she wants it. So the teachers are maybe not a huge fan of her, but Flavia is like beguiled.
yeah. Well, Flavia gets in bad trouble with mom
I know.
because she took the fall for Veronica.
It's also crazy that they just like lock her in the storage room in the dark until their parents can come and get her.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so uh, back at Veronica's place, Grandma gives Veronica some old picture books that belonged to Veronica's mom when she was a little girl.
Right.
And these are all, uh, it's fairy tales,
It's fairy
basically,
tales, yeah.
literally fairy tales of fairies.
Mhm.
One thing that I thought was interesting was we see a shot early in the film where the nanny is reading this book to uh to Veronica while
Veronica.
she's in the tub, and the picture on inside the book just is very like Prince Charming in the woods type
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
drawing,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the story she's telling doesn't match the photo at all, which
Oh,
makes me
sure.
wonder is Nanny just like making shit up? Because I can't
I think
read what's
so.
on that page. I don't know Spanish.
Yeah.
And but yeah, she's just telling her stories about evil witches again.
Yeah.
And
I think that's Nana's thing.
I think that is too.
Like Nana has essentially raised this girl.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, I don't know, man. Yeah, witches, Yeah, totally they poison fairy. Yeah, no, witches and fairies, they don't get along at all.
No.
Because why? Because they just don't.
Yeah.
So witches are always, those cauldrons that you ever seen those? And she's like, yeah, I totally know that. Yeah, they put all sorts of shit in there, like, grave dirt,
Spider
burnt
legs.
burnt up crosses, snakes. That's the poison fairies. And I love this, like, you know me. There's
Uh-huh.
an imaginary bell inside my head that every time they say the name of the movie, a bell rings.
Wait.
Yeah.
All
Wait,
right. Say the name of the
interesting.
movie.
Okay, okay. Wow. Poison for the fairies. And it is like she gets like a close up and it's like her face just fucking lights up. Like this is going to be Veronica's new personality
Yeah.
is poisoning fairies.
Yeah. Well, back before we get to the poison for the fairies, Flavia, who's just having a go of it, piano teacher
Yeah.
died. She is in full trauma. She's had her scary funeral dream. She is basically just at home recovering, like mental
Yeah. Yeah.
recovery.
She's taking a day.
And Veronica comes to visit her. And Flavia is telling her, like, I feel so, like, basically, I feel guilty. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want her to die. And she's like, well, you said you didn't want her around. And that's the devil does what the devil does.
But I liked her.
Yeah,
Well, too late now.
too late now. And also, hey, remember, all deals with the devil must be secret. You
Super
tell anyone, bad
secret.
things could happen. They might put you in jail, actually.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, what's this over here? That's a pretty doll. I want it.
Yeah, it's
But
my
that's my favorite
favorite
doll.
doll.
I don't give a fuck.
I
You
could
know
take
what?
her if I wanted.
You know what? I'm just gonna. I bet you I could walk out of this house with that doll. Nobody would say a single thing.
Oh my God. The amount of pushing of buttons that kids do and adults do just to see
Mm-hmm.
what we can get away with.
Yeah.
And we saw this in Speak No Evil,
Sure.
the
Oh God.
Dutch
Yeah. No,
Danish
that
film.
is like a spiritual cousin to this movie.
Yeah, because
Of
it's
the
just how far will you let me go?
yeah.
Give an inch, take a mile, all of those
Mm-hmm.
cliches.
You're like, I don't know. You were doing this thing that you feel embarrassed about, and you would rather do anything other than admit that you were doing a thing you were embarrassed by.
Uh-huh.
So leverage, psychic judo.
Nanny also teaches Veronica as Veronica draws what she thinks is a picture of a witch. And the nanny
Mhm.
says, oh, that looks more like a mummy. What's a mummy?
Oh, what?
They're dead people
Don't
that
age.
don't rot. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
age. And Veronica is like, Flavia, we're skipping class today.
Skipping school. Are we gonna get in trouble? Nah, it'll be
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, well, it's Flavia like tries to put her foot down and say,
Yeah.
no, no, I cannot. She
Yeah.
says, you'll do what I say or you'll regret it.
Yeah.
And they sneak out and they go look at mummies at the museum. I assume this is a museum. I
I
don't know
think
where
it's
else you're going to see mummies.
they say the convent, so I think it's just like a old church, and these are like kind of reliquary in the basement sort of things
Oh, interesting.
because they're like the mummies get up in the middle of the night and walk around the convent. How do you know? Because I'm a fucking witch girl. My
Okay,
owl friend told me.
that's right. So it's Christmas time, and for the week or two around Christmas, Flavia is telling Veronica, yeah, we don't really celebrate Christmas. We own a ranch.
We go to the ranch and there's a
Yeah,
lake with ducks and it's cool and
yeah.
you know
I can't tell
awesome.
where this is because they make mention that it's not in Mexico.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to if this is south toward like Guatemala, if this is
Yeah.
north towards like West Texas.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Anyways, California, wherever we are, we're in some other place for this ranch. And Veronica is like, you have a whole ranch with horses and ducks and hills and trees and
I
ponds
want
and
it. I want
lakes.
it. I want it.
Yeah.
Take me with you. Well, we've never really taken anybody with us before. You
Well, you'll
tell your
take me.
parents, you tell your parents that I'm coming with you. And if I don't go, ooh, bad things are going to
Oh my
happen to
God.
you. So you better make a good goddamn case of it.
Well, apparently she does, because she gets to go with them to the ranch. We're we're not going to come home from the ranch. Spoiler alert.
Nope. Nope. Not all of us.
Not all of us. We'll get to that at the end. I have questions about the end. But yeah, Veronica's obsessed with like your dad's rich, right? I can
Yeah,
tell by
like rich,
this.
rich.
Rich,
It's like,
rich.
I don't know. I mean, I would say we're well off. Like,
Veronica's
classic
yeah.
rich people language.
And Veronica's like, well, I'm also going to be
I'm gonna be
rich.
rich someday. But it's also like when Veronica get like, and listen, this fucking ranch is nice.
It's nice.
Like we see them driving up, and again, mom and dad are in the front seat, and Veronica and Flavia are in the back, and Veronica's like, wait. Oh, Flavia's she's like, oh, we're here, we're here, we're here. Look, see that over there? That means we're here. Veronica's like, wait, all this, like both sides of the road, like she's never seen this much land before.
Yeah.
And do you own all this? And then we get to the house, and it's like this gorgeous, like multi-story. There's a fucking cobblestone bridge that goes over a moat. There's like this lake like it is impressive.
Yeah.
And Veronica's like, I want it.
hmm So they've got the ranch house, they've got a lake, they've got a hayloft barn.
Jeffrey,
hmm
as soon as we get to that hayloft, I'm like, this shit's gonna burn down.
Yep.
These two girls cannot be put in charge of. No,
No.
absolutely not. This shit's not gonna end well.
It's when we get to the ranch that my feelings about the quality of Flavia's parents go down. And
Yes.
again, speaking as
Same.
we are the
Yeah.
age of these kids, and I know it is kind of a Gen X-ish point of pride
Sure.
that like these girls literally are drinking from a garden hose, which is a
Yeah.
classic Gen X thing to say.
Yeah.
Like, we drank from a garden hose or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But in 1986, if you're 11 years old, you're just fucking out
Yeah.
all day.
Like you are like, what shall we do today? We shall make a castle out of mud.
Yeah.
That is the afternoon's activity.
Let's go play on the lake, even though we don't know how to
That
row a boat. And mom and dad are nowhere to be found. It's basically like be home in time for dinner.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
So I don't know that it makes them bad parents. I would just say on a piece of land this large with so many things to do, I guess it makes sense you could let them run, meaning like it's
Yeah.
not running loose. I don't know. It was just I had a moment where I thought you can't let kids in that barn because that barn is a fire hazard.
I don't know, it seems like fun. Do you want to jump into the hay? That's what I like to do. Sometimes I go up there when I want to be alone and hide from people.
Sometimes when I want tetanus, I go sit
hmm
up in the loft.
Listen, PSA warning. Just make sure, yes, jumping in haystacks can be fun.
Uh-huh.
Just make sure that there's no pitchforks or hard objects in them before you go jumping into them.
Yes. Make sure you know what is in that haystack.
For real.
The
But
other
then
thing,
have at it. Have at it.
there's also like an outbuilding that belongs to
Yeah.
Tonio, who is the
Groundskeeper.
groundskeeper. Groundskeeper Tonio.
Yeah.
They're also right next door to a cemetery.
Oh
And
man, I
Veronica's
love
like,
it.
we're going
We got to go.
cemetery now.
I know, I love it. How like Flavia's like, look, and here's my favorite hayloft. And what's that over there? That's a cemetery. Oh shit, girl. We got to go.
Uh-huh.
Let's go. Ooh, what are we doing here? I don't know. I'm just looking at stuff. I'm looking at all the things.
hmm
Look, here's a cross that they installed because they said the devil would appear, but then they put a cross down. The devil didn't come in. Veronica's like, yes.
I like that Veronica like basically like raspberries
I
this
know.
cross. I was like,
Jesus, bleh.
bleh.
I'm a witch. I'm against that.
We see, This is to me where the film kind of drags a bit
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
we're spending a lot of time kind of doing long setup shots of them looking at the land
Yeah.
because they're kind of running like a low stakes heist. They're needing to go get all of these crazy bits for the poison for the fairies.
Yes. Well, oh, what? Huh? Huh? Um, Veronica sees in the groundskeeper shed.
Uh-huh.
She sees a wall of weapons, which I'm like, oh no,
Oh
no, come
yeah.
on. If
That's
anybody,
such a
d
good misdirect, by the
if
way.
anybody doesn't need a scythe or a gun, it's this chick. But she's more interested in that pot that they got up hanging. She's like, do you know that's a cauldron? Girl, come on. We're gonna
Yeah.
take this.
And
Won't
also
won't Tonio be mad? No, no, you know him. He's cool. He's cool. He's cool.
and also the snake skin on his wall. He's got a
Yeah.
just a decorative skinned snake, dry mounted on the wall. And she's gonna need that because snake skin was one of the things Nanny
Yep.
mentioned that was in
Yep.
the witch's brew.
She's got a list.
Uh-huh.
And then the rest of the movie is literally just them trying to achieve that list without getting caught by the parents, but also the parents don't really give a fuck. Like dad's working at the car, mom is she's doing something.
Yeah.
So really the only rule that has been kind of laid out is don't go boating alone. Dad says,
Hmm.
wait, unless the groundskeeper's there to kind of keep an eye on you because that, safety.
Yeah.
And Veronica's like in that boat in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, they get in that boat to on the other side over on Toad Island.
Toad Island,
There's a
yes.
thousand toads. And they need to collect toads for this thing, for this brew. Also, there's a bit of like don't get dirty seems to be a thing with this family as well. And
Yeah,
these girls are dressed in like Sunday dresses.
I know, right?
Veronica's got white stockings on and white
Yeah,
shoes.
like little Mary Janes, and it's all very like it's a. That's what I was saying. Like, it's not a like. I mean, mom and dad are good parents, but it is very much like we expect a certain level of our children, and we expect them not to get dirty.
Yeah.
Look at these stockings. Oh my God, they're so dirty. Girl, you
Yeah.
can wash those.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay, so what do we need? So
okay,
we
so
go to
we
Toad Island.
we gotta go get toads. We found a tarantula on a rock,
Oh, we
so
found
we
a
can
tarantula. That was pretty
spider
cool. Yeah.
legs. We went to
Um,
the old church grounds and found a
yeah.
lizard
We
in the
found some
rubble.
lizards. Lizards are hard to catch. I love this of like the shot of I think it's Flavia at the very top of this old crumbly old church. She's like, I
Yes.
got it. And it pans down and you're like, how the fuck did this child get up here? Because Flavia starts this movie as not a stick in the mud. She's just, she's a little shy. She's the new kid in school. And she ends up like Veronica gives her a thrill.
Yeah.
You know, like when they get to Toad Island, that boat, they don't tie that boat up, starts to drift away, like not far.
Uh-huh.
And Flavia's like, oh no, it's the worst thing ever. We're gonna be stuck here. And Veronica just like takes 3 steps, gets the boat, and like, just like, whoo, that was close. And you can see the look of exhilaration on Flavia's face of like, oh my gosh, that was so close. What a calamity, but we beat it. We
Yeah.
did it. Like Flavia's having the time of her life, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, in these like long shots of them going to get this stuff, the them walking around these church grounds looking for a
Hmm.
lizard to me is like driving to Pittsburgh from the west, driving from Ohio into Pittsburgh. It
Yeah,
is fine. It's
yeah,
just a lot of just like, oh, we're just kind of, there's some mountains, cool. I've
yeah,
been looking at these mountains. And then you go through a tunnel and you pop out and you just see you are right on downtown Pittsburgh. You
yeah,
have
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
seen
yeah,
a note of it until then. And it
yeah,
really is, it doesn't, if you've not been to Pittsburgh, and even if you have, you may not think of it as a beautiful town, but coming out of that tunnel, it's one of the most magical views in the
yeah.
country. And that's how I felt about this church scene where I'm like, okay, I'm real. Did I do today's crossword? Let me
Yeah,
look
I know,
here.
right? Yeah, this is the point where I'm like, okay, it's a little late. I
But
had
that
a little
last
too much
shot,
chicken piccata for dinner. Okay,
That
staying
last
awake,
shot of
staying
her,
awake.
like you said,
Yeah,
standing up in the archway, and it's this very, very wide shot, is glorious.
yeah,
I'm like, that's the payoff. And we kind of do it later when they sneak into Tonio's to steal the snake skin. And the last shot is from inside Tonio's, just through the window, and you just see the little girls running off in the distance in just this little
yeah.
tiny rectangular window. Incredible, incredible film work.
Now I forget what gets them in trouble with Dad. Is it the boat? Is it the dirty shoes that
Well,
Dad has to like?
yeah, mom gets really upset at them about getting dirt on their shoes.
But it's like
Um,
Flavia spills the beans about poison for the
yes,
fairies, and I can't remember what is the tipping
it's
point for that.
after they get caught by Tonio.
Okay. Oh, that's right. No, no. Oh, that's right. They're like, well, we have to get across, and then we have to. Oh, no, no.
We need soil from a graveyard
We need
and a
soil from a
cross
grave.
from a
And
graveyard.
also, Flavia's like, hey, I keep thinking about Madame Ricard.
Yeah.
And it's like freaking me out. And Veronica's like, oh, yeah, she walks the halls at night. She rattles chains. She's coming for you, girl. And Flavia's like, no, I don't wanna. She's like, well, there's one thing we could do. I mean, I don't know if you're up for it. No, please, anything, anything. Well, we have to go to the graveyard at midnight to prove that we're not afraid of dead people. Ooh.
I
I
ain't
love
afraid of
this,
no
like,
ghost.
I ain't afraid of no ghost. And I love this is like the two of them trying to stay up to midnight is like such a little kid thing. You know, like you beg
Uh-huh.
and beg, and you're like, yeah, I want to see the fireworks at midnight, ball drop at midnight, and then you hit like 10 p.m. and you're like, oh no,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
this is torture. And Flavia's like bleary eyed, and Veronica's like, no, don't sleep, bitch. Gotta be at midnight. So they sneak out there, and Flavia's like, I keep hearing footsteps. No, you don't. No, we're fine. We're cool. We're
Uh-huh.
cool. I don't know. I keep hearing footsteps. No, no, we're fine. We're fine. We just got to do this grave digging real quick.
And
Jump
we
scare.
jump scare of Tonio's face right up on them, like,
Mhm.
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. And that's what gets them in trouble
Yeah.
with Dad. And Flavia's like, oh my God, we were just playing a game. We were just making poison for fairies. And I don't, what? Oh, yeah. Veronica's like, you promise not to tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Flavia is like, we were literally trying to make this potion.
And if you
Veronica's
tell,
like, no, no,
then,
no, no. It was just a game. We were just fucking around. Like, we just, we're kids. We're playing outside
yeah,
at midnight.
yeah, we got carried away. Veronica's like, I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Like, this was the most, like, ballsy moment for me. Like, she's done some ballsy shit. She's done
Yeah,
some really confident evilness, this child. But to be on vacation at
yeah,
another family's home and to be like, I'm running the show.
I'm done. I love this next shot. I love where it's like the next day, and they're clearly like Veronica's off on her own, and it's
Uh-huh.
this like beautiful rope swing of this sort of like
Oh,
it's almost like a long, not a ditch, but like a sort of hollowed out place
like
between two
almost like a
hedges.
creek bed, a dried
Yeah,
creek
like a
bed.
dry creek bed. That's it. And it's the sort of beautiful tree canopy. And it's Veronica just swinging back and forth by herself. And Flavia's like, please be my friend. Please, 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 please. Give me your dog.
Oh my God.
What? I like your dog. Give me your dog.
But I don't want to give you the dog.
I don't give a
Well,
fuck. Give me your dog.
you don't want the witches to gouge your eyes out, do you?
Yeah. Which is good. And listen, that's what happens to people that I don't like. Which is come, they gouge your eyes out. So give me your dog.
Flavia takes Hippie, their dog.
Hippie.
Hippie's so cute. This dog is really fucking
Hippie.
cute. And she sees Dad out working on the car and she carries Hippie down to the driveway area. And Dad says, yeah, I think I'm going to need to take
I gotta,
this back into Mexico, back into town to,
it's like got business or something.
yeah.
Or,
And he's
yeah.
also needs to get real work done on the car.
Yeah.
And he's like, so I'm gonna do that today, and I'll be back tomorrow. Um, and she's like, okay, okay. And she like slips Hippie
She
into the back
hides
seat.
so that way Hippie gets out of. She's like, I don't know, because it's like she can't say no to Veronica,
Uh-huh.
but she could say, I couldn't find Hippie
Yeah.
to give him to you because Hippie's been driven back to Mexico.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, Dad. Dad must have taken the dog.
Yeah, I don't know. That plan lasts all of 3 hours.
Yeah, because mom comes in and is like, oh, here's Hippie. That dog somehow got in your dad's car.
That darn dog.
That darn dog. And he's
Dad
such
had
a
to drive all the way, but he had to drive
such a
three
sweet
hours back.
father. Yeah.
Here's your dog.
Oh no.
Flavia's in tears. Give me your dog. I want you to swear. I want you
Ugh.
to swear I will never take Veronica away from Hippie. And if I do, may the witches eat my eyes.
Oh, it's
Swear it.
so brutal. This poor girl is just sobbing.
Yeah. And Veronica's like arms outstretched, like mine, mine
And
now.
and this next shot of just
I know.
Veronica outside running through the field with Hippie, like, wee!
Yep. Yep. Having a grand old time with her new dog.
I like the Hippie is this, very tiny, cute little black dog.
So
Um,
wiggly.
yeah, kind of in the, what is it, King Charles, sort
Yeah.
of Cavalier King Charles, sort of.
Cocker
It's not
spaniel. I don't
that,
fucking
but
know. I
yeah,
don't
it's
know
in that kind of
dogs. I don't know
spaniel-y
dogs.
sort of look.
Yeah.
Very cute, all black. And I like the Veronica saying, well, all witches need a black cat, and I
Hmm.
have the black dog,
Yeah.
which I think is cute. One of the only
But
cute
it's
things Veronica does.
yeah. But it's like this is like we're reaching our climax here. Like Flavia's reaching her breaking point
Uh-huh.
because listen, nightmares that sucks. I lost my pen. That sucks. Like my I see I we kill somebody, but like oh, I feel bad about that. But you kind of get over it. But this is like Flavia's not doing all right.
No. No, because she's got to watch all of this, and I think this is the first moment where it's like, this isn't just, she's not just taking an inch, like she's taking the mile now.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And it's their last night there. They're going to go back to school. They're going to drive back home the next day. But Veronica says, well, we got to go make that witch's brew. It's all upstairs
God,
in the barn.
I don't want to go back to school. I wish I could live here forever.
Maybe we'll go
Well,
make the witch's brew and
well,
maybe we can make that come true.
Yeah. Okay, so we gather all of our ingredients. We got our snake somehow.
Yep.
We got our frog. We got our
Uh-huh.
the spider. We got
Spiders and
our
lizards and
yeah.
a cross and some soil.
Yeah.
And they've been keeping this giant cauldron. Really, it's just a big planter, like a metal
It's like
plant.
it's like a wash tub.
Yeah, it's a wash tub, basically. Yeah. And they've
But
been
they're
keeping
keeping it
it
in
up in
the
the
hayloft.
hayloft.
And they kind of like sort of half bury it.
Yep.
At that point, I was like, these girls are gonna burn this fucking place down. This is not a place to because when they're like, how do we make the brew? Well, we put all these things and then we add water and then we light it on fire and then we boil it. Ew, that'll smell so gross. Yeah, but witches love gross things.
Maybe you
So
got to skip the
Veronica's
fire
counting
part.
like so like laying everything out. Check,
Uh-huh.
check, check, check. And Flavia's downstairs, and there's like a little candle that they probably use to
Yeah.
like light their way to the hayloft. And poor Hippie is tied up to a post,
Barking.
barking.
Yeah, 'cause Hippie's barking, and Flavia's only down there because Veronica's like, says, go shut that dog up,
I
which
know.
I really love because it
Yeah.
shows this lack of real ownership.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like
The need to
what?
possess a thing, but not take care of a thing.
What?
Yeah. And Flavia knows this. And she's
Flavia's
eyeing
like,
that fucking candle.
hmm. And then as Veronica is like sort of like checking off her
Uh-huh.
list, Veronica looks up, and there's Veronica, or Flavia looks up, and there's Veronica, but her shadow is full on witch.
Yep, crooked nose
Oh,
and
I love it.
pointy
It's like kind
hat.
of
Yep.
flashing lights, and it's just a shout, like full Halloween witch. And Flavia's like, oh shit, she really is a witch in girl clothing.
Yeah.
She took my, you know what? I'm gonna untie this dog. I'm gonna throw this candle into the hay.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna knock that ladder out. I'm just gonna piece the fuck out of here
And I'm gonna bolt this door
and
shut.
bolt the door.
And it takes Veronica a second to
Like
realize what's
Veronica, like
happening.
she's in her own world.
And she is now, she's begging. She's like, Flavia, come back.
Oh, this is
Wait,
so.
ayúdame, ayúdame. Like it is like,
Yeah.
it's,
Por
she
favor, por
turns into a
favor.
real girl who is
Yeah.
dying in a barn fire.
Yeah. Like it's when this girl has been allowed to live in her own fantasy world
Mm-hmm.
for so long, and nobody really checks her on it.
No.
And then when consequences start getting real, you see that it is way past too late.
Yeah. I thought this was interesting. Veronica's upstairs. She can't get down off of the
Mhm.
loft because his ladder has been pulled away. But there's a little window up there, and she starts pounding on the window, and it shatters. And my thought was, oh, she's going to try and climb out,
Yeah.
but it shatters and it cuts her arms up,
Yeah.
and she looks down at her bleeding arms, and it freaks her out, like seeing
Yeah.
the sight of her own blood. And
Well,
that's kind of what,
Satan needs a sweetener.
yeah, and that's kind of what Satan needs a sweetener.
Satan needs a little taste.
And that's what drops her. She just is like, I can't,
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And she is. And Flavia's like blank face holding this cute dog just turns
Lit
into
by the flames of the barn.
just turns into a little tiny grin, ever so
Yeah.
slight. And then I love this so much. The camera just stays on her face.
Yeah.
Then it superimposes the barn burning
Hmm.
onto the same frame, just layered on top of one another, and then the credits roll. And by the end of the credits, that whole barn has burned down.
Yeah.
It is
Like
on
Flavia's
the
gonna
ground.
watch and make sure.
So,
And I find the smile, of course you can read whatever you want onto it. That's the point of art. You can, it
uh-huh.
means I love it. It's not malicious, as in like, I got that bitch. It's more of like she was evil and I took care of her.
Yeah,
Like it's not a revenge for being mean to me for taking my dog for doing all this. It's more of a like, she was evil
yeah.
and I had to become a witch hunter. Job well done.
A lot of times at the end of these horror movies, we like to ask the question of, what would the police report look like? You take a movie like Slither. What
Oh,
the
God.
fuck is this police report going to
This
look
entire
like?
town is dead except for the town sheriff and his new girlfriend and this other
Yep.
chick
Yep.
who
But
had to walk 20 miles even though there's cars still available. What? Never mind. Anyway, go on.
what does the police
Oh,
report for
this is
this one
easy.
is going to be very straightforward.
This is super easy. Flavia crawls back into bed
Mhm.
with her dog. The next day, they wake up. There's like fire alarms. Probably
Uh-huh.
Tonio is like, she's like, I don't know. I was asleep the whole time. Everyone says that girl Veronica was a bad seed, bad apple. She was listen, she was the one who's dragging me out in the middle of the night.
Yep.
She got what she got her end.
I thought about that too. And I thought, yes, however, that girl bolted that barn shut
Oh, but
from
that'll
the
burn down,
outside.
right?
Yeah, but if
They might
anyone
be able to
does,
tell.
I don't know where
Any
they're
checking.
at. I don't know the rules of Guatemala or Belize or neighboring country of Mexico of like what, or West Texas even, like I don't even know like
Yeah.
how much the fire marshal really does a deep dive. But I gotta think if a kid dies in a barn and it's like not even their kid.
Yeah.
Um
But also, who's going to come after?
yeah,
Nana?
nanny, the nanny.
Like 80-year-old, 85-year-old grandma who can't
Yeah,
even get out of her chair?
yeah,
Nobody cares
yeah. That's
enough
true.
to pursue. And I think it's also like this is the thing is like Veronica's reputation. Listen, you want to be a witch, you might get treated like a witch.
Yeah.
You want to be the other, that's fun. But when the villagers with pitchforks come,
Hmm. Well, and it's very fitting that you have a story about a girl who wants to be a witch dying
yeah,
deliberately by fire
yeah. Like
or
Flavia
dying at
becomes
someone
witch
else's
hunter.
hand by
Yeah,
fire.
yeah, yeah.
Well, the end,
The,
Cecil. Shall we rate this movie?
yes, let's.
All right, so to start with, how approachable is Poison for the Fairies if you are horror film averse? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not at all approachable, 10 being very approachable, I'd give Poison for the Fairies 8 out of 10 snakes in a box. Like it's not scary. But it's scary in the way Bad Seed is scary. It's upsetting, right?
It's
It's
manipulation.
yeah, it's manipulation, gaslighting. We obviously are going to deal with a child death. And even like the adult deaths are kind of uh, a bit unnerving. There's some jump
Yeah.
scares with evil cackly witches.
But it's like pancake white makeup
Yeah,
and someone in a coffin slowly opening their eyes, and that's it.
yeah, it's pretty mild. Um, yeah, when I just saw that there's just like giant tarantulas on rocks, I'm like, I need to know where this is so I can never go to there, which is
I mean,
essentially just any and all desert area.
Central America, South
Yeah,
America's
those fuckers are everywhere.
closer you get to the equator, the cooler the animals get, Jeffrey.
So yeah, that's all I'll say is yeah, 8 out of 10 snakes in a box. I think this movie is very approachable if you are horror squeamish. I think it's a very interesting film and really beautifully done. I do think I would love to
We could
see
cut.
the
We could maybe
45-minute version of this
maybe a
movie
little trim.
because I think it's brilliant. I think it's so brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. To speak nothing of approachability, Cecil, how do you rate this as a horror movie?
As a horror film, this is an interesting one because it is like in that killer kid psychopath sort of thing. Like, and I wish that the filmmaker had played the game of like, is this kid actually magic? To
Yeah,
us, not just to Flavia. But all that aside, I think it's fun. Maybe a little slow. This is
uh-huh.
maybe not the best movie for your, Halloween watch party.
Right.
People might be nodding off a bit, but I'm glad we watched it. So for that reason, I would say 6 out of 10 um, gold pens.
Mm, from America.
Yeah, yes, stolen gold pens from America.
All right, so let's see what movie we're going to watch next. You've got a scare die, I've got a style die. We'll roll those up and see what movie matches those two things. So, Cecil, if you roll a 1, our next movie scare is Clowns or Dolls. 2, Ghost. 3, Conspiracy. 4, a Psycho Killer. 5, it's got to have 4 or more legs to it. Or 6, Alien. What is our scare?
That's a 6.
Alien. Okay, so we're going to match your scare of Alien to the style that I roll. If I roll a 1, it's a wild card, whatever Alien movie we want. If I roll a 2, it's got to have 5 or more words in the title. 3, from the decade of the 2000s. 4, based on a book or other media. 5, a bottle movie. Or 6, something featuring or by a horror icon. Let's roll this up. I got a 2. It's got to have 5 or more words
Ooh.
in the title.
I've been waiting
Alien
to
movie.
roll this one for a while.
This is going to be an interesting one. I bet we're going to get. Well, we do have some good ones on here, some classics.
For sure.
5+ word title was to this point has been on the die the longest for 24 weeks. Finally got to it. Okay, so we wrote down a few, but we also are at Random Horror 9 on Letterboxd, where you can see all of the possible die rolls and leave comments on our lists for other movies that might match those things. So what did we put? See, so we started with Plan 9 from Outer Space.
I mean, it's kind of the ultimate Mystery Science Theater 3000, so bad it's good.
Yeah,
Cult film.
yeah. A very like horror sci-fi homework in in the realm of the Night
Outsider
of the
arts.
Lepus or The
Yeah,
Room or what
yeah.
have you. Yeah. We also have The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Now, this is like, I find this movie holds a really strong place in the like baby boomer heart.
Uh-huh.
Like, this is my father's favorite sci-fi movie ever.
Okay.
And I think it really did because it's like, this is kind of one of the first sci-fi movies where it's a little less hokey.
Yes.
And it really does try to be like, what if robots? And if I remember right, I've seen this movie, but it was a long time ago. It's almost more about like bureaucratic, how we react to what if aliens.
Oh, it's just kind of like Shin Godzilla sort of
Yes.
thing. Like
Yeah.
it's just the Godzilla is there, however.
Is there.
How
But it's
do
more
we
about like some people think
mobilize?
this and some people think this and some,
Okay, okay. We also have The Terror from Beyond Space, which is
No, no.
again the
It.
type of
The Terror
Oh,
from
I'm sorry, I
Beyond.
missed it. Boy, that nothing reads 1954
Oh,
like that title.
Then an exclamation point.
Hmm.
Oh, I love it.
And then we have, I believe this is a Japanese film, Gokei, Body Snatcher from Hell.
Tagline: A fiendish vampire from a strange world in outer space drains his victims' blood and turns them into weird corpses.
Weird corpses.
I don't know.
Okay, and then finally, I Married a Monster from Outer Space.
Come on.
Yeah.
See, that to me is like nothing says 50s like that title.
Yeah, nothing says long movie title like that title either, right? Like the fun of
Oh,
it's
God.
it's so
And then like
schlocky.
looking at, and it's like the poster for this is like a man holding his bride who's like all shocked. And then there's like kind of like a Squidward, like squid monster.
Oh, so good.
Now, I will
Well,
say, Jeffrey,
mhm.
our letterbox came through on this. We have some good suggestions
Okay,
here.
great.
Monstrum recommends No One Will Save You from 2023. Probably our only movie like recently made.
Yeah.
An isolated young woman fights for her life against an alien within her home.
Don't know this movie at all.
I'm pretty sure it's upstairs.
Interesting. Okay.
I recognize the poster,
Yeah.
but it does seem like, yeah, alien abduction meets home invasion.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Quite a few people have suggested the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Of course. Of course. Of
Aliens from
Yeah.
Transsexual Transylvania. Quite a few people also recommended John Dies at the End.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I forget that this is sort of like, yeah, there's like interdimensional aliens wanting that soy sauce.
All right. Right.
Squin recommends A Quiet Place Day One, 2024.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I didn't see this one.
I didn't either. This
I think it was
had
pretty good though.
is this Lupita Nyong'o is in
Yeah,
this?
I think so. I
Okay.
think that's, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Cronenberg TA recommends Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra battle the three-headed lightning-emitting space monster Ghidorah.
Okay. We haven't watched the rubber suited
No.
Godzilla set in a while.
Yeah, Cronenberg TA is like, it's been a minute since you've done a Godzilla movie, and that is
Oh, yeah.
very true.
Truth.
Max Bird recommend. Wait, did we see? Oh, what am I looking at? I'm just clicking on things. Max Bird recommends It Came from Outer Space, classic 50 sci-fi that sort of flips the invasion narrative on its head.
I was like, we already said that. And then I looked and I'm like, no, we didn't. It just sounds like all the other 1950s
That's that. I was
titles.
literally just. I was like, just checking. No, it's It The Terror from Beyond Space.
And the day the Earth stood
Oh
still.
my
Yeah.
God.
Okay. Yeah.
They
Okay.
only had like 20 words they could use in the 1950s. Cass recommends Voyage of the Rock Aliens,
Okay.
1984. Oh no.
Okay. Did you
Aliens.
say, oh, yes?
I said oh no, oh yes.
Okay.
Um, aliens who kind of look like Devo
Hmm.
land in a small town searching for the source of rock and roll.
Yes,
But
they
what they
did.
find is a gang of teenagers led by Dee Dee, Pia Zadora,
What?
and Frankie. The leader of the aliens take a shine to Dee Dee and shenanigans ensue. It's a low-key musical with an 80s rockabilly vibe and a lot of nods to 60s cult horror schlock.
Whoa. Oh my God. Do you want to know the name of the town they land in?
No, please, yes.
Spielberg, USA.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay. It has Ruth Gordon as the sheriff, Cecil.
What? What is this movie?
I don't know.
Yikes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Aetherios recommends The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals 2018. A mild-mannered office worker and his friends must fight to survive when a meteor crashes into their town, transforming the residents into show-tune singing pod people.
Okay.
This is a stage musical that can be streamed for free on Team Star Kids' YouTube channel.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
King and Commoner recommends Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead.
Okay.
Reggie and Mike's hunt to finally stop the tall man continues, featuring the return of Mike's brother Jody as a ghostly advisor.
Nice.
Mm. Half Price Horror recommends It Came from Another World from 2007, an on purpose 50s B movie style movie made locally in Minnesota and lovingly goofy in its cheap, silly charm. And finally, Elle recommends War of the Worlds 2, The Next Wave from 2008, sequel to the 2005 movie. Yeah, a second invasion. Sucks. Forces begin a daring attack on the aliens' home. Oh, so now we're going to their home of Mars
Oh,
in
okay.
retaliation. Yeah,
Wow. Well,
it's quite a
yeah,
bit.
Letterboxd really came for this one. I
Yeah,
really, there's some great ones on here. There's,
we
there's,
kind of stuck in the 1950s, but yeah, you all branched out.
John Dies at the End is one I've been curious to see.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Oh,
So that one's interesting.
Interesting.
But also, one that I kind of want to cover but don't want to cover because is the
It's
Rocky Horror
Rocky
Picture
Horror.
Show.
I
And it's
know.
only because maybe I'm making an argument to do the movie. But my thing about it is, it feels to me like Rocky Horror is not a movie to be analyzed as a film or talked about as a film because it's such an experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the Rocky Horror Picture Show film is no longer a film, but a vehicle for shadowcasts.
Yes,
Does that make
yes, yes, yes.
sense? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
do people watch the movie as a movie? Like,
Just to
would we
watch the
go
movie.
watch this at like Film Forum or something? Maybe
Yeah,
they've done it. I don't remember Film Forum ever doing Rocky Horror. It just seems like it
and
is.
expect people not to talk back.
Yeah, it fully just feels like you only do this as an experience.
Yeah, I feel that.
But
I
I
feel that.
also don't want to short sheet this movie either.
Yeah,
We could talk about it as a film, but I just
that's true.
worry that we might run into a situation wherein it's hard to talk about the movie that matches the experience that anyone else
Yes,
has.
for sure.
The end.
For sure.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay, great.
Also
Oh,
Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, just because we haven't done a
that'd
rubber
be
suit in a while.
fun.
Uh, Plan 9 because it's classic, but also what else is there to say? Like, I don't know if I want to
Here's
go
the thing.
laughing at Ed Wood's movies.
Yeah, like, and I have seen Plan 9, and it is a bit tedious at
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
So the question is like, oh man, this is
Oh,
tough because
Goke Body Snatcher from Hell because it's
okay, Body Snatcher, like
vampire
a lot of these
alien.
1950s movies are going to be very sincere. in
Yes.
their 1950s kind of way.
Uh-huh.
And then we have kind of the more modern, sort of things like John Dies at the End, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Voyage of the Rock Aliens, which are much more like what was the other one? The
Oh,
It
that,
Came from Another World,
yeah.
sort of making fun of the sincerity of the 1950s alien movies.
Right. Right.
Or things that are actually trying to sort of be scary, things like A Quiet Place Part 2, No One Will Save You, more of your traditional horror films that
Hmm.
just happen to have an alien in it
Right.
and long titles.
So, where are you leaning?
I think because we have such diverse, like it's like what kind of movie do we want to watch? And we have heavy hitters in kind of all three camps.
Yes.
I say we roll for it.
Okay. Can I make one pitch? And we
Yes.
don't have to do this, but
Okay,
I'm just
please. What do
looking
you
at
got?
it. I've become obsessed now with Voyage
Are you
of the
feeling
Rock Aliens.
you're feeling real strong about it?
Well, I just was, oh my God, the songs in this movie. This is your classic bitchin' soundtrack.
Yeah.
There's like 20 songs in this movie for like an hour and 37-minute film. It is
Listen.
just, it's a straight up fucking musical. It's got Jermaine Jackson in it. It's got Ruth
What?
Gordon as the sheriff.
What?
There's a band called Jimmy and the Mustangs, which is a real American rockabilly band. Um,
Okay, fuck it. Let's watch this movie.
and I believe it's available for viewing
Oh, that's a
on, yeah, it's available for rent. Oh, let me just double check.
I know this is one
Let's
that's
double
gonna be
check.
it's gonna be a rough one.
Hold on. Let's,
This is a 2.33 star movie. And people around to us are like, actually, it's about 7 music videos with a plot with a plot about a serial killer. Which honestly, I'm down.
it is available for rental on Prime for $2, and it's on Tubi for free. I don't
Jeffrey,
know.
sometimes you walk into these things thinking, okay, here we go. It came from outer space. But sometimes you walk out with a 1980s Devo musical.
I
That's not Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I think we should do it.
Let's
If you're
do it.
down, let's do it.
I'm
Thank
so
you,
down.
Cass, for that suggestion. And I don't think I said it last week. Thank you, Fifth Hammerer, for Poison for the Fairies recommendation. These are so much fun. So thank you all for listening. Thank you, Cecil, for talking with me. And if you have thoughts on Poison for the Fairies or ideas for what kind of alien movie with 5 or more words in the title you would have picked, let us know at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, or on our Patreon, where we have public discussion threads for every episode, and you don't have to be a paying member to participate. And watch Voyage of the Rock Aliens 1984 with us this week, and come on back next Tuesday if you can for a new episode. Have a restful night with no tarantulas at your holiday ranch or nothing. Boo.